All they wanted was a quiet little queen, someone who'd stay in her lane. Instead, she rewrote the map and paid for it in blood, coffee, and a very public haircut. Empress Myeong-seong, better known as Queen Min, wasn't just any royal consort. She was Korea's political power player in a silk robe. Born into the aristocratic Yo-hyung-min clan, she had noble blood but not much political weight. Her father died when she was young, and she had no brothers, which made her look like the perfect pawn, an obedient palace flower. And that's exactly why Hungseon Dowon-gon, the de facto ruler and father of the boy King Gojong, handpicked her to marry his son. No powerful father, no ambitious brothers, no political baggage. What could go wrong? Everything. Because Queen Min had a mind sharper than a palace dagger. She wasn't there to look pretty in court robes. She began inserting her relatives into court positions, building her own political network, and disagreeing with her powerful father-in-law. He wanted to slam the gates shut on modernization. Queen Min opened them wide, courting Russia and China, modernizing Korea's military and administration, and most of all, pushing back against Japanese influence like a queen on a mission. And Japan hated it. To them, Queen Min wasn't just an obstacle. She was a threat to their imperial dream. The Dowon-gon quickly realized he hadn't chosen a pushover. He had unknowingly invited a political rival into his house and into the throne room. Meanwhile, King Gojong, who was just 15 at the time of their wedding, couldn't have cared less. On their wedding night, he reportedly left 16-year-old Queen Min alone and spent the evening with his favored concubine. Gojong had little interest in her at first, but that changed. As time passed and Queen Min took control of court affairs, Gojong began relying on her more and more. Why? Because he simply wasn't ready to rule. He wasn't the direct heir. After all, he was selected as king at the early age of 12 years old because he was born from a concubine and considered easy to control. Gojong didn't just have a weak character. He didn't even receive a full, formal education as a monarch. His father, Dowon-gon, ruled from the shadows while Gojong warmed the throne. When Gojong had his first son by his concubine, Dowon-gon immediately pushed to have that child named Crown Prince. It was a power grab, a calculated move to sideline Queen Min, who had not yet produced a male heir. Then came the first real family trauma. Queen Min gave birth to her first son, who died mysteriously as an infant. The timing? Suspiciously close to a visit from Dowon-gon, who had gifted her ginseng-based emetics under the guise of traditional healing. Queen Min was convinced he had poisoned the child, and from that moment on, it was war. She vowed revenge, and the palace became a battlefield. In the end, Queen Min's own son, Prince Sunjong, was reinstated as the legitimate heir, but the emotional and political damage had already been done. On October 8, 1895, Queen Min's assassination was orchestrated by pro-Japanese factions and likely condoned by her father-in-law. Japanese minister Miura Goro, a group of samurai and pro-Japan troops stormed Gyeongbokgung Palace. They murdered Queen Min in her own palace and burned her body to make sure she vanished without a trace. It wasn't just an assassination, it was an erasure. They knew too well that without Queen Min, King Gojong, who was weak, would be easily controlled. Queen Min was the last reigning queen of Korea, and the chaos didn't stop there. The Japanese-controlled cabinet issued a modernization decree. All Korean men must cut off their top knots, a massive cultural slap in the face. In Confucian Korea, the top knot wasn't just hair. It was a symbol of identity, manhood, and filial piety. Cutting it was like saying, "Hey mom and dad, thanks for the jeans, but I'm good." According to Confucian thought, your body is a gift from your parents, so you don't cut your hair, your nails, or mutilate your body without a seriously valid reason. But here's the twist. Japan was Confucian-influenced too, so why were they demanding Koreans violate the same belief system? Easy. Power play. The haircuts weren't about reform, they were about submission. A visible way to say, "You're under us now." Just like the Qing made the Han shave their foreheads and braid their hair. This was colonial branding, not cultural respect. Meanwhile, King Gojong? Shaken. He and the crown prince fled to the Russian legation for safety in 1896. And while holed up there, Gojong developed a taste for coffee. So much so, some feared he'd be poisoned through it. And guess who the rumors blamed? His own father, the Dowon-gon. The same guy who'd picked Queen Min as his daughter-in-law, then tried to erase her. His paranoia was through the roof. Eunuchs were tasked with taste testing every cup. The mistrust between father and son was palpable and probably justified. If Da Wongan could eliminate a queen, who said he wouldn't do the same to his own son? Family drama doesn't get more fatal than this. Gojong's reign, in hindsight, looked weak. He wasn't groomed for leadership, lacked the strategic mind to manage foreign powers, and had leaned heavily on Queen Min to govern. Without her, he was lost. Korea fell further under Japanese influence, and the royal court never fully recovered from her violent removal. So yes, coffee, haircuts, and murder. 3 symbols. 1 queen. But really? It was about power, patriarchy, and one woman who refused to play the role she was given, and paid the ultimate price for rewriting the script.